Palestinians are pushing forward with a plan that seeks a peace deal with Israel within a year and also an end to Israeli occupation of Palestinian territories by the year 2017. A final draft resolution has been submitted to the United Nations Security Council. Jordan handed the document over on behalf of Palestinian leaders. The draft resolution could be voted on in the coming days. But the U.S., which has veto power at the UN Security Council, has criticized the renewed Palestinian effort.
Again, we don't think this resolution is constructive. We think it sets arbitrary deadlines for reaching a peace agreement and for Israel's withdrawal from the West Bank. And those are more likely to curtail useful negotiations than to bring them to a successful conclusion. Further, we think that the resolution fails to account for Israel's legitimate security needs, and the satisfaction of those needs, of course, is integral to a sustainable settlement.
Kristen, Saloomey has more now from the United Nations.
This is a resolution setting a timeline for an end to Israeli occupation with a deadline of late 2017 for the creation of an independent Palestinian state. The problem is the earlier draft was not acceptable to many Palestinian groups. Hamas said that it made too many concessions. So what happened on Monday is the Palestinian ambassador consulted with other Arab diplomats and made some revisions. We have a copy of those revisions right here, 8 of them in total. Most notably, the new draft calls for East Jerusalem as the capital of the Palestinian state, whereas the earlier draft talked about it as a shared capital, Jerusalem as a shared capital for Israel and Palestine. Some of the other changes include talking about dealing with Palestinian prisoners, also water rights, and an end to settlement expansion by the Israelis. This is interesting because the Arabs are taking a very tough tone, a harder line, even as they're struggling to come up with the votes that they need in order to pass this in the Security Council. As to when there might be a vote, that's up to the Jordanians. They are the Arab member of the Security Council and the sponsor of the resolution, but they're working very closely with the Palestinians, and the Palestinians say that they want this to happen before the new year. The Jordanian ambassador indicated, however, that they'd like some more time for consultations.
In my national capacity, we would have liked to have more consultation and to talk more with the 14. Their situation that is difficult, and we respect that very much, and so we're working within the Arab group spirit.
The United States has already indicated they won't support this resolution, which Israel is also against. It seems unlikely that the Jordanians are going to push this to a vote unless they have at least 9 Security Council members supporting it. That's a majority, and right now it's not clear that they do.